Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 3DO Experience, the 3DO Retrospective Podcast, where we talk about all things 3DO, the company, the console, and everything in between. I am Bill, and this is Threk. How you doing, Threk?
Bill, I am 1 year older, so I probably worse for wear. How are you?
I'm okay. I went to a NASCAR race over the weekend, and it rained the whole time. It was great.
I've been being sick on your birthday is never fun, but that's what I was. So I for some reason rewatched Jurassic Park 3, which was fun because right now I'm playing Lego Jurassic World. I guess it's that time of year where I'm like, I'm gonna play a Lego game now. So, and then that made me go, I always really liked Jurassic Park 3. I used to watch that movie a lot as a kid.
Is that like the underrated one?
Yes.
Okay.
And apparently they're on Disney Plus, which I did not know, which is crazy because I thought they were Universal, but whatever. So, but I rewatched 3, still loved it. It's a fun movie. It's not perfect, but I like it more than Lost World. Lost World just kind of meanders and has some stuff in it I'm not huge on. But the ending with the T-Rex in San Diego is probably the best scene in the entire series. So
nice.
I left Japan to get away from this.
Classic.
Yeah, that's really about it. Just, health stuff and, crazy shit like that. But it is what it is. So,
yeah, I hear you. I've been so tired this week. I mean, that's me all the time.
Yeah.
But
and then to top all that shit, we had some like major celebrity deaths happen.
Lost Dolly.
Yep. Yeah, Dolly. I'm sure everybody's known the news by now, but yeah, Dolly Parton passed away at age 80. A pretty big loss for somebody who, really tried their best to just bring joy into the world as much as they could,
I'll always remember her getting inducted to the Rock Hall of Fame and basically being like, I'm not a rock artist. I'd like my name taken out of this. And then being, of course, the Rock Hall not giving a shit and doing it anyways. And her being like, all right, I guess I got to make a rock album now. So she makes a rock album. It was pretty, her final album, actually. It was pretty good. She did a duet with Rob Halford. I mean,
like a woman who I think younger people may not be fully aware of how good of a songwriter she really is. Like, we may know her for a handful of songs, but like, she's written so many, and is part of that era of country music that emphasized like, solid songwriting and,
like just became wannabe rock pop music.
Yeah. Like it was about life, not a lifestyle, and just wrote some really good stuff. And, and even like I watched a video today about her and there are parts of it that even, bring up some potentially questionable things, but more of just like her just being kind of wishy-washy on certain things, but in a way that's not necessarily like trying to paint her in a bad light, more just, she's just trying her best to, be nice to as many people as possible kind of a thing, like probably unless you're like a crazy evangelical Christian, you probably like Dolly because that's like the one set she had no problems taking stabs at, especially when it came to like her relationship with the LGBTQ community, where they fully embraced her and she loved it, embraced them right back.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, a great quote was somebody, a little girl once asked her, like, what would you do if you were a man? She's like, well, if I was a man, I'd probably be a drag queen, which is a great quote.
I'll always remember.
Yeah, Dolly's great. Go actually, like, to those listening, if you actually sat down and listened to her music, please do yourself a favor. There's some genuinely great tunes in there for sure.
I'll always remember she sponsored a NASCAR, like at one point, for Tyler Reddick, like years ago, back when he was still in the lower series.
Yeah.
And I always remember like he comes out on stage in a Dolly Parton wig walking across the stage. It was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. And as I had said, like I'm not going to question whether there's a heaven or not, but if there is one, she's there.
Oh yeah.
1000%. Like very few people are worthy of that more than her. So yeah. And then today we had Tim Curry pass away as well. That one's also a shame, though he had health issues for a very long time.
I forgot he was still alive. Like, because I heard he was sick, and we hadn't heard from him in years.
Yeah, that's why he like retired and just kind of was just I guess trying to do his thing, but I guess he's unfortunately passed away. Another icon, but in the acting world for a ton of movie roles he did. Clue, of course.
Rocky Horror Picture
Rocky
Show.
Horror, of course. Speaking of LGBTQ, I always remember him for his role in Home Alone 2. I think that's where I first saw him as like the creepy hotel worker guy.
He could play the creepiest motherfuckers in movies.
Yeah, absolutely. And then he's in was it that movie Legend where he's like the devil?
I believe so.
Something like that. Yeah, that's like a crazy fucking movie.
He also had a pretty iconic voice acting career towards the end.
Oh yeah. And in the video game world, he's known for his many appearances in the Command and Conquer series. So,
still one of the biggest what could have been. I'm happy it ended up the way it was, but there was a point where he was in the running to be the Joker in the Batman the Animated Series.
That definitely would have changed things for sure.
From what I've heard, it was too scary. So they went with Mark Hamill instead. Which, in hindsight, probably better. But I'm still curious how that would have went.
I think it's because Mark Hamill can turn the dial when he needs to be scary or when he needs to be silly, and it's believable. And I feel like, Tim Curry is such when he acts, you can tell he's very into it and very serious. So it can kind of throw you off. Maybe in I don't know, something else, maybe like an animated movie they had done. Like he could have played Joker as like a one-off.
Oh yeah,
that would have been like Killing Joke. He probably could have done Killing Joke really well, but
true.
That was probably past his health issues, unfortunately.
Yeah. So. And we got Hamill and Conroy for that one, and I think they're one of their last roles together.
Yeah,
because I know Mark Hamill said he'll never play the Joker again without Kevin Conroy. So
so a lot of sad shit going on. So I guess why don't we move in? Speaking of sad shit, why don't we move into Gamescom? Which I mean, it's just I didn't watch it completely just because I was busy, so I didn't see the whole thing. I saw kind of half of it later. Me and Nick from Friday Night Gamecast kind of shot the shit in his Discord for a bit about it. My takeaways from it are it was fine. I mean, it's just that's the thing with Gamescom. It always just kind of happens,
Yeah, most of the games are stuff we already knew about.
Yeah, it feels like all the hype stuff we know about, we already know it's coming. And it feels like people are kind of keeping next year's stuff a little bit close to the chest outside of what we already know. And also people point out there was a lot of AI games in here. Quite a few. Yeah, few that I didn't even have to see the Steam disclaimer later on. Certain games, it's just ooh, it's kind of blatant. It feels like we might be entering a new era of seeing what AI can get away with in games, so that didn't help. But let's see, highlights for me or things that I thought were interesting. We're getting a new Rainbow Six game called Rainbow Six Tactics, which looks cool. I mean, I think Rainbow Six doing an XCOM style game makes a lot of sense, so I may give that a try. We'll see. We got a new look at the Gears E-Day campaign, which looks great. I'm sold on Gears anyways. You all know that. Just more look at Silent Hill Townfall, which looks neat. We got a first proper trailer at Mega Man Dual Override, which looks pretty good.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, I'll be getting that next year for sure. What else?
American Truck Simulator Ford Car Pack. Hell yeah.
Are you getting that?
No, I don't even have the base game.
You probably get it for $3.
I just see that title. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, more gameplay of Metro 2039. Stop reminding me I need to play Exodus, please. Snoop Dogg appearing in Hitman. Why not?
Cool.
We're getting a new Guitar Hero style game called Stage Tour, which I believe that is from former members of either Harmonix or Red Octane or one of those. Yeah, which looks neat. I depending on the support it gets, I may try to get it. I've been kind of wanting to play those games again, but I just don't know if it's worthy jumping into something new because it's what kind of support is it going to get?
There is
compared
a weird
to what stuff had.
There is an oddly high amount of naval ship simulators in this list.
Oh, okay.
For some reason.
That's interesting.
I'm just looking at the list on the Gamescom website. I'm like, why have I found 3 ship sims? It's just funny to me. For some
Maybe that's what people want. I don't know. We got another look at Crazy Taxi, which I'm still excited about, regardless of the AI stuff. It's not as blatant as some of the others, and I can't help myself with the Sega stuff. Say Lego Skylines, which looks kind of neat. You know, City Skylines, Lego, why not?
Sure.
Oh yeah, we're getting a new Heroes of Might and Magic game, or they're remaking 3.
3.
Yeah, so that's kind of 3DO
cool.
related.
Maybe we'll have to cover that at some point.
Yeah, we might cover that in the future. Oh yeah, there's a game called No Law, which looks kind of, it just looked like Cyberpunk. But
See,
I thought it was like kind of
what's
whatever.
crazy is I don't know what's worse, the amount of AI slop or the amount of fucking anime slop.
Oh yeah, Honkai Slop, or whatever that company is that makes all those games.
Hollowverse or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Whenever I see those, my brain completely switches off because I already know what it's going to be. So no, thank you.
Hair removal salon simulator. What?
Sure. Though we did get another look at FF7 Revelation. Sure.
Cool.
And then, but then the last announcement was one that I was excited about, and that is Witcher 3. As we all know, it's getting a new expansion, Songs of the Past, coming out next year. Its final expansion that will probably connect it between 3 and 4, but also it's getting another really big update, like a big old overhaul of like graphics, combat, lighting, there's a whole list of stuff. That's coming out the 29th of September and is free for everybody who already owns it, which is awesome. And on Xbox, it gets Play Anywhere support, which is great because now I can play it on my ROG without having to swap between my GOG account and my Xbox account. Yep. So that part is great. And it just feels like the longer I've waited to sit down and play Witcher 3, the better it's paying off for me because I'll get a better experience now. Even though I really like what I've played of Witcher 3, but I'm sorry, this big update might be just what I need to finally sit down and maybe play this game for real. I don't know. But I was talking to Nick about it, and he says, like, kind of the big issue with that game is you have to commit to it. You can't be playing other things. Otherwise, you'll get lost. And he's kind of right. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was all right. You know, it was whatever. What do you think, Bill?
My whole thing is I'm seeing it. I'm like, yeah, cool. There's games. I'm like, I don't have time or money to play any of these.
Yeah. And,
I know,
and the games I'm most excited for, like, I already know about and they're coming.
Yeah, because I got Fire Emblem next month, and then by the time I'm done with that, it's probably going to already be Persona 4 time. So.
Yeah. And then my copy of the Metal Gear Master Collection 2 should be coming tomorrow. So I'll have a physical copy of
we can finally see what they did for 4.
Apparently what they did was that scene with the Blu-ray disc and the PlayStation, they got the original actor back in the studio to re-record lines for each specific console. So everyone's going to get a slightly different version of it. But all the other product placement, like the iPod and Playboy and all that stuff, is staying in. Okay. I was doing research on that the other day, which coincides with, we can maybe save it for promos, but another episode of Solid Boys came out, but I'll talk about that a little later.
Nice.
But yeah, I was looking into that. So they are keeping the product placement. They're able to keep that, and then we'll see what they do with that scene for everybody. So me getting the Xbox version, that'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
Yeah, especially a particular fight later in the game for people who have not played 4 yet.
Yeah, well, I think they said they adapted the controls for a more traditional layout so that everybody would be able to play it just fine. Because it sounds like with this MGS4 being the central core of Volume 2, though thinking about it, they probably should have threw portable ops in there. It's just like but regardless of that, it feels like they really took the time to make this right. That if they're like, hey, we're going to finally release this game from PS3 Purgatory, let's do it the right way. And I really hope that it does come out and it's like, this is like the way to play it now.
And all the people
you can finally put your PS3s away.
Unless you're a fan of Infamous, in which case, keep them out. But I was gonna say though, all these like people who've never played MGS4 before are gonna play the game and be like, that scene's long. Still going.
When are we going to get to the game?
This is the game.
This is the game. Yeah.
Floor, I can't wait. Like, people are gonna finally understand the greatest movie I've ever played jokes.
I've never beat it, but I remember playing it at my friend's house like 15 years ago because he's like a big Kojima nut. And he's like, dude, come on, you gotta sit down and play this game. And I was like, all right. And so we played it for a bit. And yeah, I just remember the cutscenes going forever to a certain point where it was like, oh, we're playing. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize we were playing.
It always sucks too because the gameplay is so good.
When you get to the gameplay, it is really good.
Like that opening
and if
desert
you don't
section.
Know, and honestly, if you don't know jack shit about anything else that's happened in this game, 4, you're going to be so lost.
Oh, especially when Mount Snakemore shows up and you're just like, what? Like, you can say any plot point in this game and nobody will. It's not even a spoiler because nobody has any fucking idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a strange beast, but I'm just glad I bought it physically because I'm like, I'll have a physical copy of it so that it's there. And then I'll probably play through Ghost Babel because that game's fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah. The Game Boy Color game with fucking way too much text for a Game Boy Color.
Oh, yeah. But it's not the only Game Boy game that has too much text.
I know, but like it's always like, goddamn. Like, I can barely read this fucking thing as it is.
So if you remember, Pragmata came out earlier this year, and there was a whole thing about it. I kind of played into it because it was fun about it being a Mega Man game or not.
Yeah.
And then they're like, it's not a Mega Man game. We swear to God. Well, during Gamescom, they announced Mega Man skins for Pragmata.
Of course they did.
So your character looks like Mega Man wearing like a head of Mega Man. They'd wearing like a Dead Rising or something, and then they gave Diana, they gave her like a roll skin, so she looks like Roll. So yeah, they I feel like that's them kind of playing into the meme.
Yeah.
I mean, the game was still really good. I recommend it, regardless of it being attached to Mega Man or not. It's a very good game. So I just think that's cool that they're in there. They didn't give any information about when they're coming out or anything. I think they just said, we're doing them. I hope I don't have to pay it because I'm not going to pay for the skins.
Yeah.
I don't like paying for skins. So, but speaking of not paying for things, if you remember that Super Bomberman collection came out a while ago and people really liked it. Well, they added in a new game for free, a game called Panic Bomber W, originally released on the Super Famicom in March of 1995. It's one of the, I think it's like the Bomberman, like Tetris clone, best way I could describe it.
Because that was on the Virtual Boy as well. Well, there was one on the Virtual Boy.
Yes, I believe that was Panic Bomber as well. And yeah, they had a Super Nintendo version. They just threw it in there. And it's one of those puzzle games that definitely has a learning curve to it. But once you figure it out, it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
So I still need to buy that collection. I haven't gotten around to it. And then the last thing I have, well, second to last maybe. This is something that's been rumored for a while, but it seems to be confirmed now. And that Xbox is launching its disc to digital feature for like insiders at first. So this whole process, this whole disc to digital thing is basically Xbox saying, hey, if you have physical games, right, you can put them into your series and then that'll create a permanent digital license so that you can have the game and enjoy the benefits of it being digital while also having the disc. So basically, like a physical game I have, say it's Play Anywhere. Like I could play it on the ROG, but you can only do that with a digital version, not a physical version. I can put the disc in, create the digital license, and then I can play it on my ROG. And that license travels with the game. So if you loan the game to somebody else, then they get that digital license and it gets revoked from you, kind of a thing. I think that's a way just to prevent like somebody having a copy of a game and just letting everybody get a digital copy of it.
Yeah, that's fully understandable.
It's one of those,
I'm sure you're going to get some idiot on Reddit who's like, this is unfair. And I'm just going to be like, okay.
I mean, I like the idea. I mean, we'll see how it is in practice.
Well, you know that these
insiders, and I'm not in the insiders program, so it'll be later till I get it.
Insiders, aka the guinea pigs, to test it.
Yeah, I mean, but those guys get a lot of like that stuff before it comes out properly, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Though I don't think you have to pay for it. I think you just sign up or something. I'm not sure the full details, but I mean, I like the idea in theory, and hopefully in practice it works really well also, because it's also a way of carrying your physical games, say from Xbox One and Series, over to the next gen, which probably won't have a disc drive, but letting you have that digital license means you can carry it over to the next console and be fine. So in a way, it is Xbox embracing physical media kind of from a side view in a way that is better than what PlayStation's doing. Because I think it was like PlayStation a while ago sent out an email to everybody being like, just so you know, your digital copies, we can revoke them whenever we fucking want to. Like they doubled down on that just for some reason. So, but seeing Xbox doing this thing, I think is a nice thing. You know, we'll see how it goes, but I like the idea.
Yeah.
So it makes it feel like more comfortable buying the physical copies then, because then say if I get a Helix in the future, if it's not $3 million, I could then, you know, transfer all of my stuff over and be just fine, you know, as opposed to worrying about what's going to happen with my discs. But I'm hoping they just release a disc drive attachment. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But we shall see on that.
The future of gaming's just kind of depressing.
Yeah, it is, but you know, you try to find as much joy in it as you can.
Retro.
And that was the last like main thing I had. There's nothing really going on in the world of 3DO as far as I could tell.
No startup be like, we're bringing it back, guys.
Yeah, that didn't work out, so I don't think it's going to be working either.
We did get a new Nintendo song.
Well, I was going to say the only other thing I was going to comment on, if you wanted to, is all of those GTA 6 leaks.
Oh, I'm so not caring about GTA 6, but if you want to share them, go for it.
Well, basically, this guy CyberLeak has just been like leaking all kinds of shit about GTA, like dozens of clips at this point.
Christ,
like,
if this was Nintendo, this guy would be in like the ground by now.
Dead, yeah. I haven't gone out of my way to look at them. I've stumbled upon one or two browsing on Reddit like one day. And shocker, the game looks like GTA. Like, wow, right? And I like, is it going to affect this game in terms of its sales or anything? No. It's just like, and does it really hinder the hype or anything behind it? Probably not.
No.
It just kind of is what it is. Though I guess
they've already pre-ordered it.
Oh yeah. Though one thing people noticed in it that I thought was interesting, but I think we'll wait till we get a proper explanation, is when you're in a car, there's a gas gauge, and people aren't. And some people are like, "Oh, are we gonna have to like fill up our car with gas in this game?" You know,
realism.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm like, you know what? That extended look thing, I think it's coming out tomorrow, so let's just wait. And maybe they'll tell us. If they don't, whatever.
How many Netflix subscriptions are going to get sold just for that?
God. I'll wait the 6 hours. I don't care.
You ever play GTA? Like, you ever do like the real driving challenge where you actually obey traffic laws?
Oh yeah, I've done that in like Saints Row, and
I did that in any open world game.
Well, in the early, I believe in the original Mafia, you had to, otherwise you would get like pulled over for like running a red light or for speeding. But in the Mafia games, they still have that as like an option you can turn on. But in like the newer ones, they turned it off because most people are like, this is fucking stupid. But, you know, it gives the game a little bit of a fresh angle, I think. You know? Let's see. New.
Yeah, we got a new thing for Nintendo Music, and it's actually a pretty cool one.
Fucking SimCity?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love that game.
How pleasant.
God, I love Super Nintendo music so much.
I mean, you know me, I'll prefer Genesis every day, but
I love both.
I feel like Genesis wouldn't have handled the SimCity music right.
There were certain
things,
what I mean?
Like the sound chip for Super Nintendo is better for that kind of music. For sure.
I do love listening to like Genesis remixes of Super Nintendo games though, because it's always fascinating to see how they do it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I've sent you the somebody doing the Seinfeld theme, but in the style of a Sonic Genesis game.
Yeah, I've seen that before. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
like, why does this work so well?
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Because the
like,
Genesis had
it's
bass
and
and
it's not and
percussion.
and it's not just copying the Seinfeld theme in Genesis music. It's like arranging it to sound like Casino Night or something. So it sounds really dope. Yeah. I love what people can do with that stuff. And yeah, that's cool to see SimCity there because that's a very pleasant soundtrack for probably the most beloved SimCity game of them all. I think that's a fair thing to say.
That or 2000. 2000 has a lot of fans too.
Sure, but I think SimCity had that Super Nintendo crossover.
That's
You
probably
know?
the most nostalgic one that probably a lot
Yeah.
of people
The
played.
2000 came to PS1, didn't it?
And Saturn.
Okay.
See, SimCity 2000 is one of those games that a lot of people, like early PC people, played. It was like one of those.
I never played that one. I played 3000 because I had that on
was also
PC.
good.
I remember it being way too complicated because they wanted me to like run like water lines and electric lines.
But you have to do that in 2 as well.
And it's like I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered.
See, I had SimCity 4, and I will always remember SimCity 4 because that game ran like shit back then because it is way too graphically intensive, and it still runs like shit even today on modern platforms because like it's on Steam. I have it in my Steam library, and anytime I try to play it, it's like this game still runs like shit because it's a full 3D like environment. Like it is insane.
That is crazy.
What they were doing then.
Things people could do with tech. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't we get like a Mario Kart World song or something?
We keep getting those like Mario Kart World like track packs that they keep doing, and it's always gets like cool, I guess.
Oh yeah, we got the free roam stuff. So if you want to hear the free roam tunes,
it's there.
I don't know. It is what it is.
The Nintendo Music thing is finally becoming like somewhat usable now, but like at the same time though, it's still like they could do this so much better.
I mean, again, it's just like music files. They could have just like literally dropped all of this shit day one.
Yeah. Like there's like those specific OSTs that people are still waiting on. Like everyone is waiting on Earthbound. I feel like
Earthbound it might be a rights thing.
That's my guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the issue with like say Sonic 1 and 2. Because you know, those were because Nakamura still owns the rights to those. Good man. So whenever they use them, they have to pay him. They want to use Green Hill or the original like theme song, they have to pay him every time.
Yep.
That's why you don't hear it all that much.
Nope. That's why you don't.
Or they do remixes of it.
And even then, I think remixes he still has to. They still.
Oh yeah, he has the songwriting credits. Yeah. So yeah, what a fucking smart man he is.
It's so funny though, but because of that, Sega is like one of the most like vicious when it comes to like songwrites now.
Oh yeah, because they didn't know at the time. I don't think. I think they weren't aware, but it was also like 1991. People weren't thinking about like music licensing in video games at that point. Like no shot, because like Koji Kondo just worked at Nintendo, so Nintendo owned that shit. It didn't matter. Like Nakamura did not work for Sega; he was contracted.
Oh yeah.
Like that's why he knew the music business, so that's probably why he was able to get the rights. Because you know the music business will fucking screw you the moment it can. So he was smarter about it.
Because I believe that's actually the reason why. Because I know Shadow the Hedgehog, from what I believe, I Am All of Me was not originally the opening theme. It was originally the song "Who I Am" by Magnify, and I think the story goes that they didn't want to lose that song forever to Sega because it was one of their better songs. So they ended up canceling making it the opening, even though like if you actually, I think you can sync it up with the opening to Shadow and it syncs up perfectly.
Nice.
They instead made All Hail Shadow for the game as like one of the, I think the good ending credits song. And then Crush 40 obviously did I Am All of Me, which is probably the better song, but
yeah.
Sega's always been kind of crazy like that.
Yeah. Again, I think it's just, you know, think about all the money they would have gotten from Green Hill if they just kept using it over and over again.
Yeah.
Or even Casino Night for that matter. Or Chemical Plant.
Or any of those amazing
songs. Any of the I still have I've probably mentioned it before, but I own the 2-disc re-release Nakamura did a couple years ago for the whole thing, where it's like it doesn't have just the tunes. Like it even has like Hidden Temple Zone in there as well, but then you get his demo versions of them, which is like, you know, like you get to hear like basically like the live MIDI versions of them, which sounds so weird. And some of them are kind of rough as well. So they're not like fully realized yet, but
I still think
it's a neat thing that I think it's on Spotify, so you can go find that and go listen to that whole thing, and it's well worth your time.
yeah, as much as I love 1 and 2's OSTs, though, I think I still prefer 3 and K's music.
You can't go wrong with any of them. You really can't.
It's not even just for the melodies; it's for like the instrumentation. Just sounds better in those games.
I think they just had a better handle on the soundtrack
hardware by that
and
point,
and what it could do. Yeah, so that's probably why it has more dynamic range to it as opposed to what we had before.
Yeah.
So, all right, now we get to finally talk about. Well, we've journeyed back into the world of Army Men. We sure have, with Army Men Operation Green, released in 2001 for your Game Boy Advance. It is a top-down shooter developed by Pocket Studios, and I believe Pocket Studios they're just like a contract studio.
They mostly made handheld games. Like,
I mean, in their name, I would assume so.
looking at their interesting stuff is they made mostly Game Boy ports for a number of games. Like they made it's on the Nintendo Game Boy Color app, Alone in the Dark: The New Nightmare on Game Boy Color.
That is true. Yes,
A very interesting game.
Oh yeah, an interesting port of the that Dreamcast game.
Lego Racers 2 on Game Boy Advance, Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
Oh, the Incredible Hulk GBA game. I had that one. Love that game.
They had a very short run though, only like 2001 to 3. And what's crazy is I thought for a while they made the other, not Advanced, but there's a third Army Men GBA game. I thought they made that as well, and apparently they didn't.
Well, then we'll have to see. Well, they only made this one. They didn't make Advance.
No, I thought they made Turf Wars as well, though. But I guess not.
Well, who made Turf War?
That's a good question.
Oh, I don't even think it has its own Wikipedia page.
It doesn't.
That's not a good sign.
It's like the most obscure of like the random Army Men games.
Which is saying something.
God, the wiki doesn't even help.
It just says the 3DO company.
Okay.
So they must have made it in house, like the first one.
We'll have to when we get to that one, we'll do a bit more of a deep dive.
Indeed we will, yeah. So this game, the setup is about similar to Army Men Advance, like top down, running and gunning kind of shooter. You get your objectives. And you have
plays
to complete them.
Very similar to the Game Boy Color ports of the first two Army Men games.
Yes. But it had one fatal flaw that ruined the experience for me. I'm sure you can guess it.
Share it with the class.
Tank controls.
Yes.
So this game fucking controls like Resident Evil 1. And like when I started playing it, like I set it up, I was like, this might be fine because Army Men Advance was fine. Nothing against it, right? But the moment I started playing this and I saw the tank controls, I went out loud, ew. Because I knew it wasn't going to feel good, too. And it does not feel good. Controlling this game feels really bad.
Did you struggle as much picking up goddamn items as I did?
Oh, yeah.
Like, why is that difficult? Why can't you just walk over it?
I don't know. Especially when, and also I had a hard time, lining up shots as well.
I just spammed the shoot button and hoped for the best.
Oh, yeah, that's what I did as well, and that seemed to work most of the time. Sometimes because you get shot, every 2 seconds by, guard towers or dudes in, artillery, cannons, dudes hiding behind bunkers, random tan guys coming out of the ground, tan guys coming out of your ass. It's crazy.
Or the occasional tank that appears off screen and runs you over because you didn't see it.
And it's not like this game has screen crunch. It's fairly zoomed out, so you get a good view of everything.
Even I was playing it on my micro, and it looks fine. It's not bad.
No, but if it controlled like Army Men Advance, it would be fine. If it just had you point this direction and you go. It would have been perfect. I probably would have beat it, but I got about 5 levels in, and I just couldn't stand it anymore because I didn't like controlling it. it felt like the interface was like clunky and confusing, where it was like grenades were here, lives were here, then you had like, and there were like huge icons on the screen for some reason. You have your health bar, and then like I don't even know what that blue bar was.
Yeah, I sure don't know.
Yeah, and then you had like this one big icon that I didn't really know what it was for, and then the one on the far right is you swapping your ammo type, where you could have like your regular assault rifle, your machine gun, you could shoot rockets, lay down mines, that kind of a thing, and you just push select to select through those things, fine. But like, how do you mess up the UI and the interface of a GBA game? Because the D-pad moves you around, L and R strafes, A shoots, and then B uses your secondary. Basically, you throw grenades, right? Like, fairly standard, but I'm like seeing all these icons on the screen, and I don't know what they all do or what they all mean, and I didn't have a copy of the manual. I didn't even bother to look for one. So that it just didn't help, because there were things I'm like, yeah, what does this do? Like, how can I, like, I would pick stuff up and be like, oh, can I use this? Or like, what application do I use this for? Or like when you get the minesweeper in like the first level, like you have to go select it to actually use it.
Yeah, that took me a while to figure out.
Yeah, like it's not intuitive at all. And it's like, we only have 6 buttons here, guys.
I did find it a little charming. Like, one thing I found kind of charming was when you start like a level, like you'll get like the little cutscene of the like from the isometric view, but then it will like kind of cut to like a still in like the Army Men CGI style, which I thought was kind of cute.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's got a decent presentation, and the game looks nice.
Oh yeah, but again, it doesn't play super well. And then like the level designs repeat over and over again. Like, you do that beach level like back to back.
It's like the first 2 games, but like they didn't realize the charm that the first 2 games had.
Oh yeah, this feels like completely generic. Like when you're going through the tore down city that's like a maze for some reason, and is like the most confusing thing to navigate until it's like, oh, I stumbled upon the right thing to do. And then you have a map, which is nice, that you can look at the map to keep track. But even then, it's like it doesn't give as much help as it should. I think like it doesn't properly define certain aspects of the map. That would have been preferred.
Yeah, it was very obscure, like the way like it was trying to show you where different things were. The game only has, so I got like 10 levels in. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't finish, because there's only 15 total. But
yeah, I got like 6, and I was just like, I've had enough.
There's only 4 types of like tasks you can get. The main ones are, there are search and rescue, search and destroy, delivery, and escort missions. And
oh god, escort missions.
The escort missions suck.
As they always do.
Because god damn it, the fucking computer has better AI than you do. I swear to God.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Like when you find like the blue spies and shit. Yeah. And then they run towards the exit, and you're like, dude, aren't you supposed to stick with me? And then he just runs ahead. You're like, well, I guess I hope you don't fucking die.
See, the charm of the first game is the fact that you could really just run and shoot. Like, there was no.
Yeah. Like, Advance was like, the level design was fairly simple. The objectives were simple, and the more kind of cartoony art direction made it easier to kind of find out where things were. But here, it's trying to do like the World War thing.
Yeah, so timeline-wise, I'm not even sure where we'd put this one.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like a bit of a muddy mess at certain aspects, where I found myself getting lost constantly because everything looks the damn same.
Yeah. Also, I have to bring this up just because it's fascinating. Have you seen the European box art for this game?
I have not.
It looks like a Faith No More album cover.
That sounds funny. Let's see here. Like it just looked like your Army Men green splooged over the cover.
I need to present this to the class.
Yeah, when you hold it in for like 2 weeks, and then you get the poison out.
Yeah, here we go. What the fuck is that?
I mean, that's art. I believe that's a Jackson Pollock painting.
It's straight up. There is I swear to God, there's a Faith No More album that looks just like that.
Yeah, because the American cover is like the standardest Army Men thing. You think you probably see it right there. So yeah, I'm trying to think of what Faith No More album cover you're thinking of.
I'm looking this up because I swear to God, it looks.
I mean, Kapow is right.
I got it. Introduce yourself. It's just
that. Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
it's just that album cover.
That's awesome. I didn't think about that.
That is funny. But yeah, like I saw that and I was like, I saw that like, what is? I'm like, usually Europe gets the better album covers. Like, what the? I mean, game covers.
Yeah, album covers. Yeah. I mean, the soundtrack of this game is very nothing. There's really nothing to say.
Yeah,
the GBA is not known for its good soundtracks, anyways. There are a few, but it has a fairly low bar.
This game,
but that's because the GBA didn't have a dedicated sound chip. Like all the music was handled by the RAM, so that's why it sounds the way that it does.
Yeah, we couldn't all be the Ace Attorney composers.
Yeah, or even Advance Wars. The Advance Wars games sound fantastic.
Fire Emblem, Yoko
Castlevania games, the Sonic games, of course. Yeah, certain people knew what to do with it, but you know.
Yeah, couldn't all be winners, unfortunately.
Nope. Just like this game is not a winner.
No, I did cheat to see the final level because the game has a password system.
Of course.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit.
Yeah, it's so like just repetitive, you know, but really not in like a good way. Because like a good repetitive is a game that you don't mind doing the same thing over and over again because it's fun to play.
I feel like
this game, I didn't really have fun playing it.
No, it was dull. I mean, which says a lot because like there's some bad Army Men games. This one just was. I was playing it. I was like, I was bored. Being bored is never. I think being bored is worse than a bad game sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, also if I wasn't like sick and dealing with fatigue, I probably would have tried to stick it out more, but. When you have a cold, like a pretty bad one, like I had, you don't really want to deal with games like this. You're like, I can't be fucking bothered, bro.
Yeah, like
so I watched Jurassic Park instead.
Yeah, it's like they designed like tank controls aside, they designed a decent enough engine for the game.
Again, if the game had standard controls, it'd be fine. It'd probably be much better for it, you know.
Yeah. I feel like they really dropped the ball when it came to the level designs because it does really feel like they have like it's an open field and then they just threw a bunch of shit on it and said that's a level.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna go down here, barbed wire, shit, or there'll be like little gaps where you're like, you think you can sneak in and you can't. It's like just make that longer or put something there that doesn't give me the illusion that I could go through it.
Or then sometimes you'd have like areas that you don't think you could go through, and then suddenly a tank runs you over, and you're like, okay,
yeah, or like a Jeep's just chucking grenades at you. You know, like I didn't die as much as I thought because like some reviews are like this game's really hard and other people are like this game's fucking easy as shit. Like it can get maybe not challenging but annoying because there'll be points where enemies are just swarming the shit out of you. Like it's like Vampire Survivors but you don't really have a good way of getting out of it, so you just kind of let yourself die.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, I'll be fine. But then other parts, yeah, it's like nothing. Just the breeziest thing I've ever done. So
yeah,
I can see why Pocket Studios didn't last.
Yeah, because
their gamography is not solid.
Honestly, I think they peaked with their first game, the new Nightmare on Game Boy Color. I think they peaked there, and then
that game is pretty solid.
That's the best. Honestly, it might be better than the console version, depending on who you ask.
Controversial.
I mean, I like the console version, but like there is arguments.
It's one of the few good Alone in the Dark games, arguably the best one.
Yeah, like aside, like
arguably.
I mean, to be fair, two grew on me a lot. Like I was surprised how much I like 2.
2 is good for its time. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a good game, but it's good for its time.
Yeah, I mean, I still
but it's got charm out the ass.
Santa Claus.
Just like, why am I on a pirate ship now?
Oh man, that series.
Fun stuff. We'll cover 3 one of these days. But yeah, I don't know, man. I was hoping for there to be a little bit more, but there just really wasn't much on this guy.
I remember liking this one more back in the day, but I think that might have just been me. I think it's because I didn't like Advance back in the day, and then now it's kind of flipped.
Yeah, I will say though, I didn't hate the game. There's nothing like hateable about it.
No, it's just
it was just kind of boring. Yeah, which is almost the worst thing a game can be is boring.
Yeah, looking at reception wise, it's actually kind of interesting because the Metacritic is like 59.
Nice,
but ironically, the ratings are higher than I expected. Like computer video games gave it a 6 out of 10, Game Zone a 7 out of 10, IGN a 6.2. That's higher than most Sonic games get. Just throwing that out there. And then
well, now you got me. Now you got me questioning what they gave the Sonic Advance games. So keep talking. I'll find out.
I just think Generation's getting like a 5 point something, and that always no. Actually, no, that wasn't IGN. That was a Game Informer.
Yeah, I think Game Informer were the ones who didn't like Sonic.
IGN didn't as well, but most reviewers were.
Well, remember they gave Unleashed like a 4.
Yeah, that was bullshit. And they said the Wii version was better, and I'm like, no, no.
No.
They also said Secret Rings was a good game, so whatever.
06 broke people's brains. It really did.
It did, which is funny because looking back at it, it's more interesting than I remember for all the wrong reasons.
Okay, so Sonic Advance, IGN gave it a 9.1.
Okay.
They gave Sonic Advance 2 a 9. Really, I would flip those. I think Advance 2 is the better game. And then Advance 3, they also gave a 9 to.
Which I think that's too high. I think Advance 3.
Oh, yeah, that game's like a 7. Yeah. I mean, Sonic Advance 2 is the best just for music plant alone.
Music, honestly, the whole game. Like I mean,
that's one of my favorite zones in any Sonic game.
You get fucking Cheese the Destroyer in that game.
That's how I beat it back in the day.
Cheese the final boss. So
yeah, you literally cheese the final boss. It's amazing.
The only part about Advance 2 that is ass is getting the Chaos Emeralds because it's
but Dimps were never good at it anyway, so fuck them.
No, but at least like in 1, you just find a stupid spring. In 2, it's
7 coins and they never save.
And they're you have to get them in a specific order.
Never done it and never will because I'm not that crazy.
My copy was used and it already had everything maxed out, and I was
like, that dude was fucking crazy.
Or used an action replay, but
maybe
either way.
But weirdly enough, people complained about the password system in this game. I mean, it's 2001. So it's like, I mean, the tech was there to have save files, but it wasn't like super cheap, because there's a handful of GBA games with save batteries in them. But quite a few of them I think by like 03, there was like EPROMs and stuff. But, I mean, like every Army Men game has a password. So I find it weird they were complaining, but I think it's just by that point, people are like, come on, the tech's there to not give us passwords. It's like, calm down, buddy.
There's this magical thing called a pen and paper.
Well, actually, what's nice about games with passwords like these is, as you said, you could just skip to the final level if you want.
Yeah, you could. They honestly are kind of better in hindsight.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheat codes.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah.
Nothing beats.
Go ahead.
Nothing beats Battle for Bikini Bottom though in GBA, where in the manual they give you like the fucking passcode for like basically unlocking everything. They give you the first 3 digits in the manual, and then you just kind of have to guess. And I figured it out, and it was funny.
Oh yeah, awesome stuff. But I played and beat that game legit because it's not a hard game, and it's a fun game.
It's not.
I'd probably quite a bit.
It's honestly one of the better GBA SpongeBob games. That's besides the point.
I also like Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. I think it's better than the console one.
It's the Way Forward one, right? Oh no! I was thinking the movie.
The movie one I don't care for. I like the console one more.
Yeah, even though that game's rushed as fuck, but they made it in a year, so
it is what it is, man. So
it makes sense.
But yeah, on this guy, must play okay, stay away. I mean, I'll say stay away because it's not very good. I don't hate it by any means, but it's like it's really not good enough to be an okay. in my opinion.
I'm gonna say stay away as well. It's just if you want to play a game like this, play like Army Men 1 or 2. Like they're just better.
Yeah, on my list, I put it above 3D and World War. So it's better than World War, but it's no Green Rogue.
That's fair. Green Rogue, at least.
Green Rogue is interesting.
Green Rogue is entertaining, even if it's.
Oh yeah, I was entertained thoroughly by that game. Yeah,
I just love the fact that in the PS1 version you can't move back, but in like PS2 you could. Like it was such a weird.
That's the emotion engine, baby.
Such a weird choice. God, some of these Army Men games are like super fascinating, and then you get ones like this where you're just like, oh yeah, this is what I think this series.
Yeah, like this is it.
Like this is like the actual, like when people shit on this series, like this is what I think of, not like the games that actually get shit on, and you're like, these are actually kind of interesting. Like
yeah. But the good news is we might be roughly halfway through these Army Men games, so
yeah,
we still got some pain to go, but not as much.
I mean, honestly, what we got left is mostly like the
decent ones, hopefully, or at least the ones that might have actually something to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, Portal Runner is still the big like what if, like, because I think that's going to be interesting.
I can't wait for that, but that'll come at a later date.
Yeah, but yeah. So Army Men, Operation Green.
Operation Green. What the fuck does that even mean?
It's a generic Army Men title. Is it better than Turf Wars?
I can't say. Never touched it, and I won't until we play.
I'm just saying from a name standpoint.
I mean, Turf War gives me like urban fighting kind of vibes. So if that's what it goes for, then it's correct.
I guess
otherwise, Operation Green could be literally any Army Men game.
Yeah, it's probably the most generic of the Army Men titles out there, I'd say.
By a wide margin.
Yeah, but yeah. So that was that. I guess now before we sign this out, you had a shout out to do.
Well, I got some plugs. So the newest episode of Thrack Ops is out. Thrack Ops, I believe was it fucking 16, 17? I don't even know
17.
Anymore. 17, yes, where I talk about Black Ops 4. That's also a fairly quick episode. I just sat behind this for like 20 minutes. You know, I thought I'd go a little longer, but there just wasn't much to say about Black Ops 4. So go listen to that if you want something short, sweet, and to the point. I will be starting work on the next episode, Modern Warfare 2019, this weekend. So hopefully I'll get that one out relatively soonish. And then the other thing is Solid Boys. I probably mentioned this a long time ago, but a friend of the show, Novel Console Chris, approached me, Eric from the Unlockables podcast, and Keith from Main Quest to do a series covering the Metal Gear franchise. So we posted our like little introduction episode on his feed. Again, this is like a year, 2 years ago, maybe. And then we did the first episode where we played through the original Metal Gear on MSX. But then that episode lay dormant for a very long time. And I kept bugging him about it, being like, get this fucker thing out. He finally put it out. So if you go to the Novel Console feed, not only is he back doing new episodes, hopefully, but he put out the Solid Boys. And we're trying to see if we can get everybody together to do Metal Gear 2. So don't get your hopes up. I'm not, but I would like to squeeze in Metal Gear 2 and actually maybe start playing these games proper. So yeah, so go listen to Thrack Ops 16 and then go listen to that. They're all fairly, well, I think that one's fairly long because all four of us talk about a game. But
nice,
yeah.
I guess if I'm gonna do a shout out, I think it's still the most recent GNC. No, it's not anymore. But watch the previous GNC where Alex tortured me with Jersey Shore quiz. It was oh my god!
I'll be listening to that at work tomorrow.
Enjoy my suffering.
I will.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But I guess with that, once again, guys, thanks for joining us on the 3DO experience. You can find 3DO all the podcasting platforms. Check us out on the Superpod Network, superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site, a whole bunch of different awesome shows. Novel Console's back now, so we can finally say that again.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
For now. And yeah, check out we got the Jukebox Club first issue of that is coming out pretty soon.
Yep. We just like the game club, we now have one for music. So I'm kind of the moderator of that, so to speak, where every month people nominate a record that they want us all to listen to. I then throw it in like a random number generator, and then that picks it, because I didn't want it to like be swayed by voting. I want it to be completely random.
Yeah.
So for the first month, we listened to Visu by a band called Thrice, a post-hardcore band from the 2000s. So we've listened to that. Me and Bill have written our reviews for it. We're waiting on some others. Hopefully that'll be out sometime this week or next week. And then once that's out, we'll then, nominate the next one. So
I'm looking forward to getting some interesting albums going forward.
There's
biggest
interesting ones sitting in the queue. Because I think most people will probably just keep the album they picked for next month until it gets picked, which is fine by me.
Yeah.
So we'll hit some interesting stuff eventually.
I'm really curious to see how the reviews evolve, because I'm sure everyone's kind of going into it just kind of wetting their feet, kind of figuring out how they're going to write these things. I'm curious how they're going to evolve as people continue to do these.
Yeah, it's interesting how some people were not sure how to write it, and it's like just say what you feel, man. Don't overthink it. We're not writing for Rolling Stone here.
See, I lucked out this month because it ended up being an album I actually was familiar with, so I kind of had more of a personal connection to it.
Yeah.
But I'm curious what I'm going to think for a random record I've never heard of.
Yeah, I've written music reviews in the past before, so it's something I have to get back into it, kind of a thing. But I have experience with it, and you try your best to throw in some fancy language to make it sound all like you know what you're talking about. But
yeah.
It is what it is. It would be much easier if I was like me, reviewing a Yes record. So I'd be like, oh, easy. I already know what to fucking say about this one. So getting something I didn't know was fun. Huh?
It's a lot of big words because John Anderson is...
And big songs. For 10 plus minutes.
Yeah.
Bass riffs too.
Yeah.
Yum.
Keyboards. A lot of fun shit.
Oh yeah. We'll be talking about Yes in the future, so don't worry, kiddos.
But anyways, though, once again, guys, thank you for joining us, and we will see you all later.
Bye-bye.